Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Gus. Thank you again for joining me today for Core Power. Today's class is going to be a little bit different just because we're going to do a little bit of a shorter format today, focusing on a little bit more restorative flows for the core as well as getting some good stretching and movement for the total body, okay? We're still going to push a little bit in some segments, but we're focusing on getting that core dynamic core engagement as well as pushing it through different movements, okay? Go ahead and meet me on the mat if you have a mat. If you don't have a mat, you can meet me on the floor. Go ahead and get into a tabletop position. We're going to be hands under knees, just like so. And we're going to start with a hip arch and tuck. So that's going to be a slight drop of the belly. And then you're going to flatten your back, almost like you're holding a dinner table on your back. You don't want to arch. You want to slightly tuck that back, right? So hold it a little bit. Draw that core in. Focus on that core engagement here. Relax. And do that again. We're going to do that 4 more times just to get ourselves familiar with our core if we're not used to this. Take your time with it. Just focus on really drawing that belly button in and almost tucking those hips, okay? It's a really hip dominant movement as well as getting into our core. So that's why we want to practice that movement. Continue to hold. We're going to do 2 more of these. And relax. We're going to go ahead and go right into a hip hydrant. So go ahead and stay in this tabletop position. We're going to balance on this left knee. Course through those arms, and we're going to lift the right leg like so. Try not to twist your torso or twist your hips out to the side. You want to focus on keeping your body corkscrewed, lifting, and going back down. If this is as far as you can go, that's totally fine. We just want to keep that core engaged as we go, okay? We're going to do 8 of these, so we've already done 4. Let's do 4 more here. Last one. Good. Now we're going to do our other side, 8 reps. Lift. Just like so. Good. Two more here. And good. Go ahead and lay on your backs now for this last move for warm-up. We're going to press our back into the floor. Keep both our legs straight. And keeping your hands onto your sides. You want to keep your core engaged. Straighten your right leg. Engage that quad lift without bending. And we're going to just do 10 reps of this at this pace. So hold 1 second. Down. Up. Down. Up, down, up. This will be a little bit of movement in our hip flexor, getting into a lifted raise. Good. Now we'll do our other side for 10 reps. Keeping that core braced as well. If your hamstrings are a little tight, if you can only lift right here, totally fine. Just hold a little bit longer. If you can get that leg all the way up, totally okay. Just keep those toes pointed down towards you and that knee straightened. Good. Now go ahead and relax. And we're going to get into our body of work next. So what our body of work is going to look like, we're going to do a few core movements and move down that list, okay? First one we're going to do is a hip drive knee lift. So what that's going to look like here, get into your mat. If you need to position yourself a little bit, you can. So once we're here, we're going to keep our knees hip width apart, push back, keep our toes curled under our ankles, walk those hands forward, and we're going to, once we're here, almost like a child's pose, we're keeping the toes curled, we're going to lift the knees, drive forward, and push back. Drop those knees back down. We're going to do 7 more of these. Okay, lift, drive into a plank, engage your hips, keep driving. This is also going to be a good stretch on the lats, as that's something we want to kind of work on. Again, these moves are designed to be total body. 2 more here. If you want to keep those knees elevated the entire time, you can. and down. Good. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do a double step back. So kind of in that same tabletop position, how that's going to look. Staying in our tabletop pose. We're going to corkscrew those elbows. Do a hip lift. Lift those knees. Step back to a plank. Hold. Pull back. Good. One thing we want to avoid, if we can, is when we lift, we don't want to hike those hips up. We don't want to do that. We want to lift, step back, while keeping those knees low to the ground. Okay, we're going to do 4 more of these. Key here is keeping those upper shoulders engaged by corkscrewing those elbows, getting that upper back involved. Last one here. Good. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do intermediate flow. And I say intermediate, but it's not super challenging, okay? We can accommodate this for every level. So how this is going to look, kind of combining a few movements we already did. We're going to start in our tabletop position, engage our upper body, lift the knees, step back to a plank, keep your hips engaged and drop the knees, back into our child's pose, drive forward, lift back to a plank, and return. That's going to be 1 rep, okay? We're going to do 4 more of those. I'm going to go through the first 2, or the second and third rep a little bit slower, and then we'll go a little bit faster on those last 2 reps, okay? So let's go ahead and start here. Lift, step back, knees down, back, drive forward, lift, and back. Good. This is set 3. Make sure you breathe as you move through the movement. Now 2 more here. Breathe as you transition. Last one here. And relax. Great. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do a push-up. We're going to do a few push-ups. We're going to do 10 reps. How we can do this is we can do a full push-up on the floor, or I provided this bench as a demonstration in case you have a bed right next to you, a countertop, or anything you can prop yourself up with, okay? What we're going to do if we're modifying for ourselves is we're going to use our bench here, or whatever our object is. We're going to place our hands on our apparatus, drive our hips forward, and make sure we have a flat line in our body. Whatever you're using, the lower you get in angle, the more difficult it'll make it. It'll be a little more challenging. So if you go a little bit higher on the angle, it may feel a little bit more accommodating for you. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can decrease that angle. But we're going to do 10 reps here for our push-ups. Go ahead and find your position. And once we're in our position, go ahead and set yourself. And we're going to lower. Squeeze those shoulder blades on the way down. 3, 4, tuck that chin. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now we're going to do a tricep movement. It's a little bit more specific to hitting our triceps versus with our push-up, we're doing more of a chest and tricep movement. So how that'll look is we're going to be in our tabletop pose here. Keep those toes curled under your feet the entire time. We're going to drop our forearms to the floor. Okay? Once we're here, make sure you have your hips over your knees. And we're going to press through our palms, okay? What you may feel you want to do is you may feel you want to just push up. You may want to do that, okay? Or you may just be back here pushing. We want to limit that. We want to keep our hips over our knees, okay? Keep those elbows turned in, drop to the floor, and press through our palms, okay? We're going to do 10 reps of these. We're going to control that eccentric a little bit, okay? Or that lowering phase. So go ahead and start. 1, 2, We're going to also keep our belly button pulled in. So keep that core braced. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we can go ahead and stand up for this next movement. What we're going to do is we're going to do some burpees. So a little bit more of a dynamic movement as we get towards the end of our set. How this is going to look, we can do this a few ways. You can do a full burpee, which is we're going to go down into a push-up, shoot those hips back, and lower to a push-up, draw those legs back in, and stand and jump. Now, if you want to try something different, you can also slowly lower to a push-up, step back. Maybe you don't want to do the push-up, that's fine. Bring back in, stand, and reach, okay? I'll go ahead and do the modified version for the first 2 reps, and the last 3 reps, I'll do our full version, okay? We'll go ahead and start, and we're going to do 5 reps again, okay? So we're going to start lowering, step back, pull back, stand, reach, step back, land, pull back in, reach. Now we're going to speed it up a little bit. Go up like that. Last one. And that's going to be it for our burpees, okay? Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do some alternating split jumps. So maybe if you want to move this to the side if you want to, totally fine. We're going to do some alternating split jumps. So you're going to almost go into a lunge position. We can put our feet back. If you want a frame of reference, if you drop down to a lunge, you should have a 90-degree angle on both legs. Okay, so that's how you know where your reference is. What we're going to be doing is we're going to keep our hands on our hips. Go ahead and move those legs back. We're going to do a slight bend, jump, and switch legs. Okay? If you want a different option, we can stay in this split lunge position and just focus on jumping, jump, and then you can switch your legs, jump, switch legs, jump. Okay? If the jump feels like maybe it's too much, you can always take the jump out and focus on doing a lunge instead. Okay, we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and get started. Find your position, and we'll begin. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good. Try to stick that landing. Land on the balls of your feet. Good. Try to add some speed if you can. Totally up to you. Again, land on the balls of your feet. As I speed it up a little bit, I'm showing you how the variation looks. And stop. Good job. That was good. I hope you enjoyed that little segment of our workout. Now we can go ahead and cool it down just a little bit, okay? I hope this workout made you feel good throughout this session as we kind of helped get more in tune with our core and our body, okay? How we're going to start our cool down, kind of like what we did earlier, except we're going to be holding it now. So go ahead and go on your knees, drop your feet, push back into your hips, walk those arms forward, and relax. Go and hold like so. Good. Focus on your breathing right now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep on breathing. Breathe at your own pace. Go ahead and come forward into a cobra pose. Drop those hips to the floor. Bring that chest up to the sky. Good. Breathe in. Good. Go ahead and come out of that pose. Go ahead and sit with both of your legs bent to 90 degrees. We're going to do a static hip 90. So we're going to help stretch those hips a little bit. So go ahead. Let's turn to our left side. Palms on the floor. Chest tall. If you want to bunch your fists up, you can. Then we should feel some stretch on this back leg, okay? If you need to adjust your feet at all, you can. But knees should be bent to 90 degrees. If you also want to, you can go down the forearms if you want to. But keep that back leg pressed into the floor. Go ahead and come out of that pose. We're going to switch sides. And we're going to go ahead, hold that pose again, driving that knee in, keeping the chest tall. Continue to hold, good job. And go ahead and relax from there. And that's going to conclude it for our class today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this slower pace of core movement, but still getting to that restorative piece, getting more in tune with your core. If it's your first time here, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back and you see future core power content. Again, my name is Gus. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.